Two countries once went to war over some tiny islands in the middle of the ocean. 4 years later, they met on a soccer field, and what happened next is still talked about today. Here's the thing, most Americans don't realize about the World Cup. It looks like a normal tournament. Teams play, someone wins, everyone goes home. But some of these games aren't really about soccer at all. They're about 100 years of grudges, wars, stolen bicycles, and one guy who punched a ball into a goal and somehow got away with it. So today we're breaking down the 4 biggest rivalries at this World Cup, why these countries actually hate each other, and why the entire planet stops to watch when they meet. Let's start with the one that's basically a movie script. Argentina versus England. In 1982, these two countries went to a real war over a group of islands in the South Atlantic called the Falklands. Britain won, Argentina was humiliated, and almost 1,000 people died. Fast forward 4 years to the 1986 World Cup, and guess who ends up facing each other in the quarterfinals? Yeah, them. If you're American, imagine this. Imagine the US lost a war to another country and 4 years later, you had to play a team from that same country in the Super Bowl. That's the energy, except it was way more intense because in Argentina, soccer isn't a sport, it's basically a religion. And then Diego Maradona happened. Maradona was Argentina's best player. Think LeBron James, but shorter, and with a slightly more chaotic personal life. In this one game, he scored 2 goals in 4 minutes. The first goal, he literally punched the ball into the net with his hand, which is completely illegal, but the referee didn't see it, so the goal counted. He later called it the hand of God. 4 minutes after that, he scored again. Except this time, he ran past basically the entire English team and scored what most people call the greatest goal in World Cup history. FIFA officially voted it the goal of the century. So, in about 240 seconds, this guy scored the most controversial goal ever and the most beautiful goal ever against the country his nation had just lost a war to. Argentina won 2-1 and went on to win the whole tournament. In Argentina, they didn't just celebrate a win, they celebrated revenge. One of their own former players literally said that beating England was their real aim, and winning the World Cup was secondary. Let that sink in for a second. Winning the World Cup was the side quest. But here's where it gets crazy. This rivalry didn't die there. In 1998, they played again. England had a young superstar named David Beckham, and Argentina had a guy named Diego Simeone, whose entire skill set was making other players lose their minds. Simeone fouled Beckham. Beckham kicked him back, and Beckham got sent off. England lost on penalties, and overnight, Beckham became the most hated man in England. Fans were literally burning fake versions of him in the streets. 4 years later, in 2002, England played Argentina again. Guess who scored the winning goal? Beckham. Revenge complete. So that's rivalry number 1. 2 countries, 1 war, 1 hand, and enough drama for a Netflix series. But this isn't even the most personal rivalry at the World Cup. That title goes to Germany versus the Netherlands. Quick history lesson. In World War II, Germany invaded the Netherlands and occupied them for 5 years, and about 250,000 Dutch people died. It was brutal. And one weird little detail that Dutch people never forgot. The German soldiers took all their bicycles. I know that sounds random, but the Netherlands basically runs on bicycles. It's their national vehicle. Imagine another country invaded America and took all our pickup trucks. You'd remember. Fast forward to 1974. World Cup final. Netherlands versus West Germany. The first time these two had played on a stage this big since the war. And the Netherlands had the best team in the world. This new revolutionary style of soccer called total football that had never been seen before. They were the clear favorites. Germany won 2-1. The Dutch never got over it. One of their players, a guy named Willem van Hanegem, refused to even go to the banquet after the game. He later said, "Every game against Germany makes me angry. I lost my father, my sister, and 2 brothers in the war." This wasn't sports. This was personal. Then came 1988, European Championship semifinal, and this time the Netherlands beat Germany 2-1 in Germany. The The Dutch TV commentator literally screamed "Justice at last" on live television. Back in Amsterdam, people threw their bicycles in the air chanting, "We got our bikes back." Yes, bikes. 40 years later, that's how deep this goes. And it didn't stop there. At the 1990 World Cup, the two played again, and it turned into a straight-up brawl. A Dutch player named Frank Rijkaard literally spit into a German player's hair on camera in front of the world. Twice. Now let's talk about a rivalry that's pure chaos. No politics, just two teams that genuinely can't stand each other. And it happened just a few years ago. Netherlands versus Argentina. At the 2022 World Cup quarterfinal, these two played what might be the most heated soccer match in modern history. The referee handed out 17 yellow cards, the most in World Cup history ever. Messi, Argentina's captain, scored and then ran straight at the Dutch bench to taunt them. After the game, he even called their coach a name on live TV. The Dutch coach, a guy named Louis van Gaal, had spent the whole week before the game trash-talking Argentina in interviews. Argentina won on penalties, and after the final whistle, players from both teams were shoving each other, screaming in each other's faces, and FIFA had to open an official investigation into what happened. And here's the wild part. This wasn't even the first time. Back in 1978, Argentina hosted the World Cup during a military dictatorship, and the Netherlands made the final. Argentina won, but the entire tournament is still surrounded by accusations that the government rigged the referees to make sure Argentina won. Some Dutch players refused to even show up to the trophy ceremony in protest. So yeah, this rivalry has 40-plus years of grudges packed into it, and most Americans have no idea. Which brings us to rivalry number 4. And this one's different. This one has no wars, no politics, no bicycles, just pure, unfiltered hate. Brazil versus Argentina. These two countries share a border. They speak different languages, Portuguese versus Spanish, and they are, without question, the two greatest soccer nations in the history of the sport. Combined, they've won the World Cup 8 times. Everyone else is still trying to catch up. Think of it this way. Imagine if the Lakers and the Celtics were entire countries. That's Brazil versus Argentina. Every kid growing up in either country is told the same story. The other side is soft, overrated, and doesn't deserve their trophies. Brazilians will tell you Argentina only won because of Messi. Argentinians will tell you Brazil only won because they cheat. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong, and everyone's mad. Even the players buy into it. When Messi finally won the World Cup in 2022, one of the first things he said publicly was basically, "Now nobody can say I didn't do it," aimed straight at the Brazilians who spent years saying he wasn't as good as their guys. And the fans do stuff other rivalries don't. When these two play, Brazilians will actually root for whoever Argentina is playing against. Doesn't matter who it is. Could be a team they've never heard of. If they're playing Argentina, they're getting cheered. So here's the quick summary. Argentina versus England. A war, a hand, and a genius. Germany versus the Netherlands. A war, some bicycles, and 40 years of grudges. Netherlands versus Argentina. 17 yellow cards and a coach who talked way too much. And Brazil versus Argentina. Two neighbors who just can't stand each other and probably never will. Here's the thing I want you to take away. The World Cup isn't just 32 games of soccer. It's 100 years of history being played out in 90-minute chapters. And when two of these teams meet, you're not watching sport anymore. You're watching one country trying to prove something to another. Sometimes to prove they're better. Sometimes to prove they never forgot. So here's my question for you. Which rivalry do you want to see reignite at this World Cup the most? Argentina and England, Germany and the Netherlands, Netherlands and Argentina, or Brazil and Argentina? Drop it in the comments. And if you want more of these breakdowns as this World Cup goes on, hit subscribe. Because trust me, this tournament isn't done writing history yet.